Alright, Travis Wingoodsell. I'm back. And I'm saving the video I did before I left. So, it's the latter days. If you didn't know, if this is your first video as the comment reply video that's being saved, so Mormons, I don't know if you know, you're supposed to study your scriptures, so you should know you're supposed to look for the signs of the coming of Christ. Can't say second coming, because there is no such thing. It's not going to happen. There's a coming of Christ. That's the whole point. You're supposed to look for the Christ as well. And as Mormons, we have all been misled. Because what's the Greek translation into English? What's the translation into English from the Greek word Christ? If that's too complicated for you, maybe I should say, what is the Hebrew translation of the Greek word Christ? And once you know that it's Messiah, then who are the Jews looking for? I'll give you a hint. It's not Jesus of the Roman period Gospels. Why? Well, one, he's not a mortal man born of mortal parents. Two, the Roman period Gospels, Jesus didn't save the Jews. The Romans slaughtered all the Messiahs who rose up to be the Messiah. Because there were many of them. Masada, if you've heard of Masada, there was one such Messiah who failed to save the Jews that he took with him. And there's Bar Kokhba. He too failed to save the Jews. So just to name a few popular ones from ancient history, or classical history technically. And so that may surprise you. You were expecting a supernatural, physical bodied Jesus who'd already been on earth in the Roman period, who failed, but is going to come from outer space in a beam of light. I don't know how many Mormons believe it's going to be on a flying horse, like Christians believe. But Christians don't believe in the physical embodiment of Jesus, just the supernatural embodiment of Jesus, who's able to transform into the physical embodiment, even though he's still supernatural as a Trinity. Yeah. So confusing with all these Jesuses. All these different natures and characters of deity. And so, where do we turn? The prophets? Well, Nelson has come out and said it's the Jesus of the Roman period Gospels who's going to come down from outer space as a supernatural, natural deity. But what's the keystone of Mormonism? All Mormons know this. It's an automatic thing that immediately spews from their mouth whenever anybody says the magic code word keystone. Lucifer, right? That's his symbol on the Salt Lake Temple keystone. The inverted pentagram pointing down. Even the obelisk upon which it is the keystone is pointing down. In case you were unaware that it's pointing down, it did a double whammy for you so that you would know it's pointing down. And so keystones are the symbol of the doctrine that is taught within. Lucifer's doctrine It is taught within the temple. Now, if you were searching your scriptures to learn about the prophecies, because the Book of Mormon and Jacob says everybody testifies of them. So all the stories are like parables of the latter-day Christ, for whom we're looking for. And so is it Lucifer? Yeah, well, no, it shouldn't be. But there's a lot of stories that talk about a false church, a false leader of such church. John in Revelation refers to him as the false prophet. So again, who are we looking for and who are we looking not for? We're supposed to flee from Babylon, flee from the great and abominable church. We're supposed to identify the great and abominable church. The Book of Mormon outlines specifically what to look for the great and abominable church. How many Mormons are doing this? Because the latter days, Babylon and the great and abominable church will fall. It would kind of be smart to make sure you're on the right team. Team Christ rather than Team Lucifer. I'm surprised there's no t-shirts for that. There may be a Team Christ. I'm sure Christians have already made something like that. I'd be surprised if Luciferians haven't made a Team Lucifer. Team Christ. Yeah. Whole bunch of Team Jesuses. But very slow in popping up the picture, guys. Come on. There we go. Who's up for GOD? Oh, yay. Middle finger for Team Jesus. That's great. Team Lucifer. Lucifer's squad. Okay. Looks more like a ninja. Here's a Lucifer thing, and then there's the TV show Lucifer. Supernatural Lucifer. And then there's some anime. Yeah. So no Team Lucifer. Alright, the video is finished. Mormons judging ex-Mormons, judging Mormons, judging ex-Mormons. Oh man, just hilarious. So yeah, there's a big debate as to what the true church is, and who is in it, and where is it, and what is it, and what is it supposed to contain, and what is it supposed to be doing. Again, I refer you to the keystone of Mormonism, and it's not the symbol of Lucifer. It's the Book of Mormon. I don't know a song. There's got to be a Judge thing somewhere. Does Judas Priest have a Judge song? Alright, so we're doing better with things now. Travis Wayne Goodsall, my Mormon Exodus Path intersection, or the Latter Days Exodus Highway, is at 20 views in 4 hours. I wonder how many thumbs down. Again, Mormons, if you don't want to be the wise virgins, you can be the foolish. You can fulfill prophecy that way. You have your free agency to choose which team you want to be on. And if you choose Team Jesus, yeah, Jesus didn't exist. Not the real Jesus. Not the real Christ. So are you sure you want to be on his team? He doesn't exist. You'd be like Team Baal against Team Elijah, which Elijah is God Yahweh, Yah. So Team Christ versus Team Baal. And Elijah is hilarious. You think I'm hilarious. Right? You think I'm hilarious, right? Elijah is where I get it from. Is your God taking a piss? Should we wait for him? 24 and 5 hours for TWG version. And so I've been trying to help you guys in identifying who you're supposed to be looking for by going over scriptures with you. Going over the stories. Going over the prophecies. Well, okay, ex-brother Bryce replied on a video I commented on 1 billion years ago.
This unforgettable vacation.
Alright, so ex-brother Bryce, that's his channel, it was his video. He did a video leaving the Mormon church in 2020, why I left. So this does apply to my video, I hope. We'll see. It was 5 months ago when I replied, sunbeams are the best. He says he didn't like sunbeams, teaching the sunbeam classes. But you're welcome, as I'm the cause of translation and historicity of the Book of Abraham, being written by John Gee. Though I see in the side column you did a video covering the topic. To answer your question in the thumbnail, yes. But the LDS Church told me no, and thus came the gospel topic essay. Wait a minute, why are there 4 replies? Why didn't you notify me of these replies? Dear God. He replied 5 months ago. What the hell? Ah, God. Alright, so he says, TWG, thanks for speaking up. Book of Abraham is one of my top reasons my shelf broke. Apparently I did respond. It's been so long I've forgotten. It's Joseph Smith's birthday, and the church and Mormons are all silent night. Holy night. It was Joseph's translations that led me to the decipher of be the decipher of Paleo-Hebrew and of Egyptian petroglyphs. And so, yeah, is Nelson. I haven't even gotten to it yet. So let me get to it before I explain. Moses is the Christ of the Jews. So the learning of the Jews, yeah, Moses is your prime exemplar for who to look for, and the prophecies that are to come in the latter days. You know, such as a lawsuit against Pharaoh, 3 days of darkness, stars falling from heaven, a coronavirus, a parting of the rivers. Yeah, we've got those, don't we? And so, what you're looking for is what Joseph Smith himself said in section 103, verse 16. Therefore, I will raise up mortal baby mortal appearance among my people, Mormons, a man who shall lead them like as Moses. Lead the Mormons like as Moses led the children of Israel in the Exodus. So right there's your latter-day Exodus. We're supposed to have one. We've got all the signs if you're looking for them. So are you looking for the right Christ? And like I said, Nelson says that it's somebody who doesn't exist, who is instead a type and shadow of the latter-day Christ, because he didn't exist in the Roman period. Because if he did, he failed. Is it Bar Kokhba? Is it Vespasian? He was the emperor. Josephus elevated him to be this Christ to save the Jews. No, it wasn't him either. How do I know this? Besides not saving the Jews. There's supposed to be signs in the heavens. Birth sign and death sign. Hey, even Samuel the Lamanite tells about birth sign and death sign. I wonder what they are. I wonder if Revelation, of whom Nephi is told by an angel that an apostle named John will write all about the latter days. I wonder if chapter 12 might have any clues, and chapter 19 verses 11 and 17. That's the science of astronomy. Remember when we had our total solar eclipse? Remember when we just had our lunar eclipse? How many of you were aware of the lunar eclipse without knowing my videos? I was doing it in advance. All of them have been in advance. My elders quorum, way back in 2017, thought I was crazy that we were going to have a total solar eclipse. Yeah, well, they all went silent as the teacher for the elders quorum after the eclipse said, I thought Travis was crazy. I didn't realize that we could know in advance that such a thing would happen. Oh my God! Are you not looking for the signs? Alright, so yes, Moses also knows Paleo-Hebrew because it's pre-Semitic Hebrew, two different languages. Don't mix them. And Egyptian. Joseph Smith, King Follow Discourse. How did he make his translation of the biblical Hebrew text? Give you a hint, he used Paleo-Hebrew. And the Book of Abraham, Egyptian. Petroglyphs, specifically. Egyptologists don't know how to translate Egyptian petroglyphs. So does Nelson know Paleo-Hebrew? I'll even say Hebrew. I'll give him a handicap. No? What about Greek? He's a medical doctor. Does he just know words? What about Egyptian? Can't he finish off the rest of the Book of Abraham? No? He had to ask Hebrew scholars how to mistranslate Israel? Yeah, he gave the white supremacist definition over the pulpit of conference. And then he doubled down in April. Anybody catch that? Anybody looking? Anybody studying your scriptures? Because you can't just study the English version, you got to go back to the origin languages. If you're going to confirm Joseph Smith translated the Book of Abraham correctly, you've got to learn Egyptian. And like I said, petroglyph translation, which means you'll have to decipher Egyptian petroglyphs in order to know if Joseph Smith was correct, because Egyptologists haven't deciphered it yet. Or you can refer to my publications. I'm the one who deciphered it. I'm the one who deciphered Paleo-Hebrew as well. On TWG before conference, I did this whole battle royale. Me and versus Nelson. Nelson got his butt wiped. He fails everything. Plus, he's not the right sign in heaven. He's Mars, not Jupiter. Did you know you were supposed to look for that too? Look for the signs. The signs tell you what to look for. Because the Christ, the mortal baby with parents of mortality, Mormon, male, is Jupiter. Revelation 12, 1, 2, and 5. Because in the Joseph Smith translation, 5 gets bumped up to 3, so it's included. Are you even looking? Are you searching your scriptures to find out? Okay, so I think we can go back to ex-brother Bryce. Let's see, Silent Night, Decipher, Shelf Broke, Through, though with learning Brigham Young was a bloody man. So yeah, I learned Brigham Young murdered lots of people. And so that sort of disqualifies him as being a true prophet of God. If it was self-defense, no, he's not a bloody man, he's self-defense. That's not murder. And so ex-brother Bryce replied 2 days ago. John Dehlin used that term often, breaking shelves. Oh, please. Seriously, you're... He knows how to groom. He just groomed Exmo Lex, and she fell for it. God. Which is a term I believe he picked up from Mike Norton, New Name Noah, and thereafter became very popular within the Exmo community. I know I can be judgmental. I should be uploading the other video rather than wasting time on this other stuff here. I don't know a song though. I guess we'll just finish this video. One of my many flaws, but I think it's important no matter what side of the faith line. No, I want to have knowledge. Screw faith. Faith without works is dead. Screw faith. I want the works. Knowledge. The finished product. The consequences. The finished results. Works. A work of art. You work on a work of art. They have two different meanings, a verb and a noun. It's the noun that's being referred to in James. Faith without, or seed without fruit is dead. Does that help you? If you don't have seed, or if you don't have fruit, your seed is bad. If all you're doing is playing around with the seed, you're not going to get any fruit. That's what faith is. Faith is believing that the seed will turn into fruit. And if that's all you got, and you don't do anything with the seed, like plant it in the ground, make sure it's watered, given sunlight, you'll never know if the seed is good. And in fact, the seed will actually die over time if you don't take care of the seed. Apparently, you can freeze the seed to make it last longer. I've got raspberry seeds, specialty raspberry seeds, that I was saving for Zion. I hope they're still good. we'll see. They may not be. But again, I never planted them. I didn't produce the fruit. Therefore, I have no idea if they're good or not. All the faith and spiritual witness and belief and hope in the world won't change the reality of whether or not they're good or bad if I don't do the work and produce the finished work. It's not a complicated doctrine. To be aware of where we get our information from. Seriously? Oh my God. Truth. You don't pick and choose who you like. I like this author because he bashes Joseph Smith. Oh, I like this one. He came out with a brand new book saying Brigham Young did nothing wrong. Again, all he's suggesting is going on is that people are picking a seed. Oh, I like this seed. It looks colorful. Oh, I like this seed. It looks strong and sturdy. I feel good about this seed. My truth tells me this seed is the right seed. Oh my God. Not to say that people with ulterior intentions can't speak truth. He knows the word truth and he doesn't understand how we get it. Expo. But it's important to be aware of who our influencers are. Here is a video of a phone call that Mike Norton made. Warning, strong language. Why should I be warned? I'm warning you guys that one of these days I'm going to blurt it out and may miss deleting it from the video. And I'm not talking about your Bible swears like hell and damn. And no, I knew her. Also, have you seen John Delen's ties to Rosebud? See, this is why John Delen has so many followers. And this is why John Delen is a predator. He knows how to groom. He does it just like the prophets groom Mormons, by sticking to faith and faith alone, because once you get to the finished product, you go, holy crap, these guys are pure evil. Both of them, John Delen and the prophets. Don't do the faith battle. Get knowledge. Figure out the results. See, again, the same thing with Christ. Are you even looking? Or are you just listening to influencers who tell you what you want to hear? The prophets are telling Mormons what they want to hear. Oh, yes, the second coming's in the future. Not now. Not now. In the future. We'll tell you. Amos 3:7. We promise. Yeah, well, they didn't, did they? Amos 3:7. They're supposed to warn us specifically of danger, not generally. Oh, yeah, you guys should always be prepared. You never know when something will happen. That's not a warning. Even the false messiahs all these centuries have known about the correct concept, as they've given date after date after date that haven't come to pass. Thus they got called false Christs. But now that it's already begun and we've got the physical results, manifestation, we now know it's here. How many of you, especially Mormons, are in a dilemma to be compelled to believe because you didn't exercise your faith to look for the signs and for this Mormon. Alma chapter 32, before he gets into the whole seed, fruit, faith, works, knowledge thing. He warns us right there in Alma. You must go through this process, not seek for the answer right away. Show me the fruit, and then I will believe. So there's a little children's tale about a mother goose who bakes bread, and she has to plant it, grow it, harvest it, and then bake the bread, and nobody would help her through the whole process. But once the bread was made, oh yeah, everybody wanted a piece. She said, nope, it's all for me. I was the only one who did the work. It's the same thing with the parable of the 10 virgins. The 5 wise were the ones who searched for the signs, searched for the Christ. That's the reserve oil they're talking about. Having fruit of its coming, of knowing Him. So when Bruce R. McConkie gave his final testimony in conference, he lied. He's a foolish virgin. And got a whole ton of Mormons to think like him. And so, yeah, it's not 50-50. It's more like 0.0001%. Maybe? If you count me. Oh my goodness. I just know. So, I don't know why I didn't get this notification, X-Bro, but he did one 4 hours ago. He replies, I completely understand. Oh, no, it's Ether 1227 was doing the John DeLynn thing. Okay, so is he replying to me or is he replying to Ether 12 here? I completely understand that there are messy things with these individuals, just as there are messy things with all people. Even the 12 apostles likely have messy things. Heck, even you or I. Oh my goodness, he said the worst word than hell. Did you know that? In Britain, heck was worse than hell. And so in America, with our revolution, we wanted to be different than the Brits. And so hell became the worse word than heck. Just to spite the Brits. I did not just rely on these people's word. Instead, I reviewed the quotes from prophets, General Conference, Joseph Smith writing, and other things. Then reviewed the faithful data? What the hell is faithful data? God. I don't like to dive deep into apologetics, and it seems you do. I'm assuming he's talking to Ether, not me. Okay, so that's why I didn't get a response. He's not replying to me. So why are you doing it to the... Alright. Yeah, whatever. Waste of my time. Just like I'm wasting your time. Why I tell. Dreaming. Why I left the Mormon church. Mackenzie Noel. Apparently I did listen to almost half. Maybe I did a video on her. Alright. I hope I don't get all his videos on my feed now. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, what are you looking for, guys? Mormons are all looking for Nelson to tell them what to do and what to believe, when they know they're not supposed to. He that is compelled in all things is a slothful and unwise servant. All Mormons know that. Even you ex-Mormons know that. So why are Mormons not doing it? Why are Mormons living in contradiction? And why are they not stopping and going, wait a minute, that contradicts my other thinking process of this? Why? Why? And so, yes, who is following Amos 3:7? Because Nelson isn't. I'm right in front of you. Mormon Exodus path. I'm leading you in the Exodus for when it's coming. And how do we know it's coming? Well, the church paid for it. They paid Russia, and Russia used that money to attack America with a cyber attack. It doesn't take a lot of money. Putin doesn't spend a lot of money on his military. He spends it all on higher technologies with his scientists and his cyber techs. It's a lot cheaper. He's KGB trained. He knows how to defeat an overwhelming army like the United States. And it's so frustrating that our government doesn't know this, or is just playing games with him like, oh, he would never destroy America. He's only tempting us and teasing us. He would never actually, oh, wait a minute, he just shut down our food supply. Oh my goodness, he turned down all the lights. Seriously? God, they just play us for chumps. So yes, it's coming. It's here. It's now. This year. This summer. To a city near you. And so yes, he's using cyber warfare to cause the destruction. In Doctrine and Covenants 101:43 gives the parable. The enemy comes in and destroys Utah. The 12 olive trees. 12 tribes of Israel, who are Mormons. They're the gathered Israel. And there needs to be an exodus, just like Moses led the Israelites out of Exodus, out of Egypt. The rats of unusual size. So frustrating, guys. And Russia. So yeah, if you're gonna go with your feelings, you might as well just flip a two-headed coin, because I will never be right in your eyes. I'm gonna pick Putin. He's the Christ. Yeah, he will be if we allow him to keep going. It won't be Nelson. Because if you don't understand, the devil does not support his own. All these authoritarians, Nelson, Trump, Putin, they all are fighting for supremacy. They all think that they're going to trick the other and get away with what they want and dominate over the other. Putin's the only one with KGB experience and training. So, yeah, as much as the old men who don't know Mormonism think they're the ones because of their wealth, yeah, Putin will just steal it from them. He knows all the routing numbers. All he has to do is give the order, and it will be done, and the church will be penniless. Just watch. So once he's through with the church, yeah, he'll just have no use for him anymore and destroy him. That's what he does. That's what he's always done. That's his pattern. If you're not looking for the enemy's playbook, you're gonna get deceived. Remember, we're warned about that, not to be deceived. Because there will be false Christs and false prophets. False Christs, huh? How could a supernatural being fool people? Because certainly mortal men can't be Christ to fool people. You're mortal, you're not the Christ. You didn't come from outer space on a flying horse. You're not him. Oh my God. Yeah, this is how I get when I get tired. 41 minutes of rambling. So yeah, the major theme, which I already said in the beginning, are you looking for the signs? Are you looking for the Christ? Because we're in it. It's now. That's all there is to it.